Hi, welcome to the Lunatic Reader. Today I'm here to present you with the book review of a latest release. Write Me a Love Story written by Ravinder Singh. I do not have a paperback with me as I've read this book through Kindle application on my mobile. So that's the reason I'm holding this device with me right now. Anyways, without any further ado, let's get started. It's a story of two individuals whose personalities and perspectives are in complete contrast to each other. And interestingly, they're the two different sides of the same coin from the publishing industry. The male protagonist of this story, Abhimanyu Rasdan, is one of the best selling writers in the country. He is well known for his work in the popular fiction genre and looked up to as the blue eyed boy in the Indian publishing industry by many. But he is equally egoistic, arrogant, and drunk on success. On the other hand, Asmita Malik, the female protagonist of the story, is working as a literary editor at Paper Ink Publishers. And Paper Ink Publishers is trying to sign in Abhimanyu Rasdan for his upcoming novel so that they can make it big in the publishing space so that they can raise their business bars high. But on their very first meeting, Asmita and Abhimanyu share a bitter exchange of words over an argument and ultimately ending up despising each other. Post that unpleasant interaction, what fuels Abhimanyu's hate even further is after discovering that Asmita looks down upon popular fiction, especially the kind he writes. Now he vows to teach her a lesson at any cost. But of course, destiny has its own plans. From hating to falling head over heels in love with each other, their journey is filled with multiple layers of emotional battles, intense love, and some heart wrenching realizations. If you want to know more about it, you'll have to read the book by yourself and experience it. As the plot is primarily focused upon the two lead characters alone, there is hardly any space left for the inclusion of new characters into the story. As a result, throughout reading the book, you'll barely come across and register not more than 5 to 6 characters. The entire plot more or less solely revolves around the two lead characters. Apart from them, there are a couple of other supporting characters like Maya, who's the editor in chief at Paper Ink Publishers, and Asmita happens to be her subordinate at the company. And we have Peter D'Souza, who's the CEO of the company. But their characters have a very limited scope in the development of the story, and their overall contribution remains minimal throughout the end. There were also certain characters who went underutilized, and they had potential to lead some exciting developments while adding more weightage to the story, making it a lot more intriguing and enjoyable experience for the reader. But I'll have to give the author his credit where it's due, especially the kind of efforts he's put into the character designing and development. If we ignore the monopoly of the lead characters for a while, Ravinder Singh has done a wonderful job in terms of bringing out the raw human emotions at display very efficiently. Moreover, you'll notice a surprisingly beautiful character arc transition in both Abhimanyu and Asmita over the progression of the story. Ravinder Singh has used a simple and easy to understand language in this book, which is also beginner friendly for non readers. Just like all his previous novels, this too has a lucid yet engaging tone. Though the story is narrated from a third person point of view, it captures the details of the characters' emotions while presenting them to the reader with a proper conviction. The writing style is slow paced and engaging. It grabs the reader's attention right from the very beginning and holds it successfully through the end. While there are instances where the plot may seem slightly dragged, it nowhere feels boring to be honest, as all those exaggerated areas are very well handled by the author. With the addition of some interesting minor subplots, the book keeps the reader hooked all the time. Now, talking about my personal reading experience, I've read a few of Ravinder Singh's books in the past. While I found some of them to be genuinely interesting, some of them were straight up mediocre or average commercial fiction books, and I've had mixed opinions on his writings for the very same reason. At the same time, I wasn't having any expectations or such on Write Me a Love Story, as I'm not a big fan of his writings. But honestly, I was not very much impressed after reading it, as I felt that a lot of things could have been better, especially in terms of conflict building and utilizing the characters, while providing enough space for the non lead characters as well. Though the story has a fresh touch of a love story sprouting between an author and his editor, it somehow felt very monotonous and incomplete while reading. And instead of stretching the book length till 304 pages, if it was reduced and finalized somewhere around 230 to 250 pages instead, it would have complemented the story a lot better. But, anyways, that's just my personal opinion. If you love reading Ravinder Singh's work, then you might surely enjoy reading this book as well. And it's definitely worth a try. And finally, my overall rating for Write Me a Love Story is 6 out of 10 stars. I would say that it's a decent book for a one time read, but be conscious that it comes with a limited package. So don't expect anything extraordinary out of it. Also, if you're looking for some gripping suspense or twists and turns, then sorry, my friend, this book is not for you. But if you like intense romance and some emotional drama in a book, then you might surely consider trying this out. It's not a simple love story, but a passionate one. And that's a wrap for today's video, guys. I hope you found this review helpful. So, see you guys soon with my next video. Until then, keep reading, keep exploring, and thanks for watching.